All right, folks. All right. I want to welcome you to another live show of Ace Trading Club pre-market hype. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We got tariffs. We got Trump. We got stocks down. We got MAGA. We got mega stocks going down. We got a lot of stuff to go through. But guess what, man? This is going to give us opportunity. So I got to start every video, as every YouTuber says, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit me in the comments. I'm in the comment section. Let's get going. But let's look at the market. So what did we have yesterday? We had Trump announce worldwide tariffs on everybody. Okay, 10% minimum across the board. The UK 10%, EU 25%, China's up to 56%. Russia, for some reason, isn't on there, but they've been sanctioned. But there are tariffs across the board. Anything in the United States has now become a minimum of 10% more expensive. Even chicken from Vietnam is now 10% on a minimum more expensive. You didn't know that Vietnam sends a lot of chicken to the United States. Yes, it does. So when you're having Chinese in the United States, you're having Vietnamese chicken. So there we go. So there's a lot to cover. Okay, I want to just get off right now on the bat. Let's talk about the SPY. Let's just look at the market and let's see what we got. Because I got a lot of stocks that are coming into some real key levels and going to give us some volatility to trade. Okay, so I'm really extremely excited about what's to come. But before I do that, let me show you a little bit of Ace Trading. Let me show you what we're all about here, right? So yesterday we have this free game, which is basically anybody can join and see what we do. I just kind of post mindsets, motivationals, what we're doing in here, brick by brick. But more importantly, what I'm really proud about is our members. Our members are just in here every day in, day out, printing money in this market. Okay, just getting to the money. So for me, that's like the most important, as you can see. As you look on the screen, you'll see that there is a lot of members making a lot of good money in this market. And so for me, it's like the most important aspect of what we do. Okay. Really proud about that and just happy to share that with you guys. But members literally just bank this type of money every day. We have a model here. Our model is brick by brick. Some of them are doing boulder by boulder. But brick by brick, we just want to build our accounts up brick by brick, day by day, just come in, day out, just do good work. But, if you want to join, link is in the description. I'm pretty certain it's in the description this time. But check us out. Come join. Free to join. We do have a paid membership to get the live trades where I go live, where you'll see my charts just like you're seeing me now. You'll see me just like this, going live, my beautiful face right there in the corner, talking about the trades, going over what I see, the price action that I see, why I'm getting into it, and just getting you that educational piece as well, giving you that, I don't want to say comfort or security blanket, but something like that to let you know that a real trader is taking a real trade and trying to make some real money in this market. So first off the bat, let me just look at the S&P 500, okay? So you should be able to see my cursor. Again, there's this upsloping trend line that broke and pivoted here. We got to about 613 and we rolled over. And this happened around February 19th, right around there. Most people around February 14th, February 19th, people started getting punched in the face. Why? Because the SPY ran over. And so what has been the media hype all around the world? The market is in free fall. The market is in free fall. The market's in free fall. It is not in free fall. We are not in free fall. Doesn't mean we can't get into free fall, but we're not in a free fall. Okay. So I'm just going to go over it again like I always do. It's a daily reminder to say, where are we at? If we come back and we look here around April 2024, we were at $500. We went all the way up to 600. Massive percentage gain. That's 20-30% just right there. So to come back a minimum of about 7-8%, that's not that bad. However, as a technical trader, as a person that looks at the stock market and understands where we're at, if you guys were here live yesterday, you would have heard me say to this point, I said what I was expecting was a flush down and a pop up to around this purple line. We popped up through it, fell right on that line. This line has been there every day. It'll be there tomorrow as well. fell right there, closed right there. So we had an up day in the market. But what happened? Once at 4 o'clock, we had the tariffs. But more importantly, what did I say the market was going to do during the session hours? It did it to the T. I mean, just go back and look at the previous video. What did I say would happen? Again, this is the intraday price action of yesterday right here. Each candle is 10 minutes of price action telling you what the market would do. What did I say would happen? We would drop down, flush down. I said I would expect a rally all the way up to about 1 o'clock, and then I would expect it to pull down. And then it's going to figure out what it's going to do, whether it's going to go back up or whether it's going to go back down, because the news will leak. Because what did they do? They wanted to pump it back up. So we got this massive rally all day. Well, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. I got to zoom in. We got the drop down here. This represents yesterday. We got the drop down, pop up. We got to midday, 1 o'clock on the dot, and rolled over. So from here at the market open yesterday, Wednesday the 2nd, we opened at 558.49, thereabouts. We flushed down. I'm sorry, I'm saying that backwards. We opened at 555, rallied up, and then continued to rally up all day till 1 o'clock, just like I thought we would do, and then roll over. And then it made a decision what it was going to do. Was it going to go up or was it going to go down? It decided to go up, and now we wake up into the morning, market's down. However, I'm seeing price action. So if I'm a person who wants to play calls or puts in the SPY, I'm looking at a key level of support. We're now into this 618 retrace from this move all the way up to the top. We're down into here. Coming to, I forget where I marked, where I traded to. I think it's from here. Oh, shoot. We're from this low here all the way up to this pivot all the way up here. Oh, my phone keeps vibrating. Sorry about that. Yeah. Pivot all the way up to here. Now we're coming down. We're right here now, officially hitting that 618 level. I have a level already identified. I like a 540 touch of the SPY for a long today. Risk is, there's always risk within a trade. The risk is we're going to come down to about, I doubt we'll get this low to 520, but I would say about 540 to 536 looks good as a trade. Let's go ahead and look at the QQQ, which is the top 100 tech companies in the US, okay? So when I look at the QQQ, what do I see? Again, what has been the prevalent statement about the market? The market's a free fall, market's a free fall, market's a free fall. Okay, now, rule of thumb is this: a 10% drawdown is a pullback. 20% is a market correction where you get into bear, what they call a bear market territory. The QQQ, yes, is without a doubt in bear market. But what's in the QQQ? Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, all the big tech companies you can think of. Oracle will be in there. Microsoft will be in there. So collectively, they're losing market cap, and so their stock price is going down. So of course they're down. So we're seeing a move from 540. Now we're down to 455 pre-market. 540 to 455. Call that a 100-point move down. Now that's over 20. That's 20% right there. However, we're coming into a key level here. Key level. So what I like, levels that I like, I've highlighted them. Already done the work. I like a touch of 450, so 450 to 448 today for a long on the QQQ. However, you have to be mindful that you have this 50% retrace, which takes you down to 440. I doubt that we get there today, but if you're asking me where we're headed today, tomorrow, we should see this hit in the coming days, this 440, 442 level. Okay, so expect that in the QQQ for those of my members who play the Qs and the SPY. However, let's go look at one of my favorites, Tesla. We've been trading the mess out of Tesla lately, okay? And one of the things my members will tell you, I always say it, you cannot miss a trade. It's impossible to miss a trade. They will give you another entry or they will give you another setup, okay? So yesterday, we traded Tesla long. Okay, and I almost grabbed it pre-market. I almost grabbed it live on the last show pre-market here with you guys. But I said, I think it's going to dip a little bit lower. So we bought at 252, right around 252, basically the low of the day. We got in, it ripped up. We got out way up here. And then what did we do? I sat here on the mic with my members talking about the market, talking about the stock. We waited 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes of me just talking on the mic, not entering another trade, not chasing Tesla, even though it kept popping up here, coming back down, popping up. I said, guys, relax. It's going to give us another entry or it's going to give us another setup. I let the trade come to me. I let it set itself up. We bought literally in this candle, literally on this wick. So we got in around 261. The moment we bought in, it bounced, and guess what it did? It just kept bouncing. Okay, and I told them, I said it should be able to get to about 271, 272, and we took profits there. Of course, it could run up a little bit more. You can't catch all of the move. You can try to, but it's hard to. So you just want to just be small enough to be big enough to make a lot of money. So that's kind of one of the sayings that I say. So if you stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. Okay. And so that's what we did. We traded this thing beautiful. We traded about 3 times yesterday. I think we traded 3 or 4 times yesterday, made a whole heap of money on it, okay? I showed you members making lots of money yesterday in the Discord. Okay, so I like Tesla. Let's get into Tesla. I got a level for Tesla today. It's getting a tiny bounce pre-market right here off of its lows, okay? So if we zoom into Tesla, and we look again, this is a daily chart. Each candle represents 10 minutes of price action for the day. This is yesterday. This is Tuesday. This is Monday. Okay. So for a price, I'm expecting a drop in Tesla. Okay. To a drop. Where would I want to buy it? I would like to see at least a pierce of 260, call it 257. I think 257 could be bought. However, if it really starts moving to the downside, you have to be mindful of this 242. So any buy at 257 or 260, you have to understand that if this thing really gets to the downside, because it's down, 6% right now, this thing could easily drop 20% in one day. Okay? So you have to understand that is a possibility to drop another $15 on this stock at a minimum. It's possible from 265. Okay, that would get us down here to about 250 at a minimum, and it could get down here into this 245 today. It's possible from the open. So we want to watch that. That's a level of interest to me today. If we look at NVIDIA now, NVIDIA is one that I'm really got my eyes on, guys. This is the one. This is the prize, okay? Now, I already identified some levels here for you. I want a break of 100. I got a little reminder for myself that if we get this initial flush and we get into the 98 level, I'm scooping it up. My members are scooping it up, and we're going to start playing this thing. And we're going to buy just enough. Even if it doesn't bounce, we'll hold, because you are going to be getting, like I tell them all the time, you're getting a Rolls Royce for the price of a 5 Series BMW around this price. Maybe a 7 Series if I'm being a really bit serious. You know, you're paying up, but you're really not paying that much. But you're getting a Rolls Royce around these prices. Ultimately, if we get a breakdown in this market, and I mean if the SPY drops, if the Q drops, and I'm not talking today, I'm not talking tomorrow, I'm talking over the coming weeks through this month, and we saw a rapid sell-off, NVIDIA could see itself at the $70 level. So I have a price target of $70 on a major sell-off in the market. I'm not hoping that it gets there. I'm just telling you, if it gets there, now you're buying a Rolls Royce for the price of a 3 Series BMW. Okay, maybe even a high-end Ford. Okay, but if you get down here, you really want to consider a long position. You know, where you start scooping it up, buying here, and just buying every $10 down. Just buy. You never go all in. You know, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You don't bring a 6-shooter to an assault weapon discussion. PDD. Let's look at